Meet Tyler, a gamer obsessed with Valve IPs from the moment he laid eyes on that sweet gameplay. Shortly after, he made a channel weirdly named after a corporation he's not actually affiliated with called Valve News Network, and pushed that college degree to the test by reporting and discussing Valve and their products. I honestly think Tyler, during his upbringing on YouTube, had more charm when he wasn't actively involved in the source community, and by that I mean, for 7 long years, Tyler has stalked and talked and posted and tweeted, and Jesus Christ, it does not stop. He discussed Valve with 8% of his channel being dedicated to just reporting on it. He also loves Nintendo and Bethesda, with just not enough to keep either channel alive with consistent uploads. You see, Tyler views Valve the same way certain Twitch viewers view their favorite creators' opinions, meaning they raise on a pedestal a value with zero self-awareness and rather realize this is just a corporation that will always pursue profits with great and aged like fine wine backlog of games. Tyler went full consumer on all Valve products, and I mean consumer. I did not know his consumerism of Valve IPs was that bad until I found out he was the one guy who unironically liked Artifact and even printed out his own physical editions of the cards so he could play before release. Tyler seems to be the only self-proclaimed journalist I have ever seen acting as if they're affiliated with the company they report on. And I know what you are thinking.
But Angel, the channel would obviously be seen as that.
Bruh. Can you go? You're making me very uncomfortable. Please leave.
For Christ's sake, the channel used to be called Valve News Network, and it could have been seen by rookie source players as a reliable news source, and I know this because this happened to me and I wish I never did. This rampant fanboyism also eliminates one key aspect of reporting that Tyler desperately needs, and it's neutrality, or integrity, or really just some honesty. Tyler is never really critical of Valve IPs unless it's just a stupid point, like with Half-Life Alyx being too good.
Half-Life Alyx was a failed experiment. Half-Life Alyx is a fan-damn-tastic game, communicating with third-party developers about how high the bar they're about to set. A bar so high, no other developer will ever be able to fucking surpass it.
Side note, Valve did not make every other VR game shittier by just developing Half-Life Alyx. It certainly excels at its aspects, but let's not act like it beats Blade and Sorcery in potential mod implementation or Pavlov in gunplay. And this sucks because as a journalist, I will hope you at least will try to maintain an aspect of honesty. You know, the thing news channels need to be considered credible as a source of reliable information. And the funny thing about that is Tyler has at times voiced concerns at potential issues in a game, like with Half-Life Alyx. But since his only way of collecting insider knowledge, quotation marks, and we'll get to that, is scuffed and prone to errors, his concerns were not only based on misinformation but were literally dunked on by the Valve team. On a Q&A on Reddit where he made the concern that not only made Valve look bad but like copycats in the industry on the topic of continuous motion VR being a last minute addition, it seems the devs passively aggressively want Tyler to shut the fuck up in their response.
What percentage are your announced locomotion and comfort features at? How will the team be implementing a scenic mode if the game has not been designed for such a mode? Where is the smooth locomotion?
Our locomotion and comfort features are all done, including things like scenic, left-handed mode, etc. If you have any questions about specific accessibility, then feel free to replay here. Email Gabe.
Tyler also made a clickbait video around this time period saying that Boneworks is a secret Half-Life game. What he actually meant to say is that Boneworks secretly inspired Valve with Alyx.
To the public. And aside from how great of a VR title it really is, there is an entirely separate story to Boneworks that no one is talking about, and that's its importance in the Half-Life lineage. There were a few more explicitly Half-Life related things.
He was wrong again! Shortly after the video, the developers on Half-Life Alyx were asked about the video Tyler made, and even they were puzzled on where he got the idea, stating,
"The Boneworks thing is weird. He told me everyone seems to think there's some hidden story there. That's very confusing for me."
To say Tyler stunlocked the devs would be an understatement, and to this day the video is unlisted, and Tyler has a tendency to unlist his videos after backlash. And on a previous note, let me be clear, Tyler does not have any insider knowledge on anything Valve related he talks about. Gabe has said this much, and to say you know something is coming because you know a guy who knows a guy is not reporting is actual hearsay, or worse, lying. Or the latter, which is Tyler digging through data strings in Dota 2 updates from Valve and trying his best to stretch this to a coherent video where he reaches more than a short clip by a cupboard. And final, which is informants that are either lying or busting Tyler's balls, and due to Tyler's ineptitude, he cannot pick up on the clues along the way. And I say it again, the insider sources Tyler says he knows and has open communication with does not, will not, and never have existed. So it is not shown Tyler has no insider knowledge he used to swear by. It puts recent teases for future games he swears by on Twitter or online into question. No, I do not think Fallout New Vegas 2 is on the horizon, and I wish he would stop saying that. And if Bethesda are the ones also making it, I don't even want it, since you know, this game exists to show Bethesda's inability to evolve. And Tyler, guessing a generic date with no evidence at all is not figuring things out, it is just speculation, and a shit one at that. You're not just trying to figure things out, you're a clickbait journalist that's a splinter in the community. Editor note, the script for this video has been in the making for quite some time, and this is before the entire Save TF2 hashtag. I will address that maybe another day. Anyway, and now for a tough message of love for all TF2 players, new and old. I love this game, do not get me wrong, I grew up playing it and will most likely die playing it. But understand this. The game is a cash cow for Valve, and it seems like they are milking it. That doesn't make me upset anymore. I'm numb to the bots, and like a battered house husband, I am used to it. What I'm not used to, however, is harassing employees. If you did not know, Tyler made a tweet that had 5 to 6 Valve contractor emails and nothing else, and a video that also at random points listed Valve contractors as well.
Robin Walker is comfortable signing his name to Team Fortress 2.
This is the dumbest idea to ever grace his fucking head. Oh my god. You know guys, to grab attention to our dead game, why don't we spam employee emails like the bots do in casual? Yuck. No forethought was made on this idea at all. Okay, anyway, although he did not say to directly spam them, it was at the very least implied, and he knows this since he not only deleted the tweet, but later made an apology video since this led to developers getting doxxed and harassed, alongside other game developers rightly criticizing him for it.
I described an idea where people would send their grievances directly to those at Valve that have the ability to make changes, individuals that have touched Team Fortress 2 within the last 5 years and also have been at Valve long enough to have the sway to make these changes happen. And it directed the conversation away from the hate speech and automatic bot problems that exist within Team Fortress 2 and more towards my terrible decision.
And the sad part is, it's not the first time Tyler McVicker indirectly led to someone being harassed. I have an insider tell me in the community that there's been review bombings on previous writers of the Half-Life series, and if Tyler can trust random Schizo insiders, so can I. I know there is no evidence every person who saw a tweet spammed their inboxes and were malicious about it, but this was very unprofessional for a gaming journalist with insider ties to do, right? And it makes our community look bad, right? And our community has been doing well for years, right? And you know this, Tyler. You know this because you made an apology, right, on the racism and harassment in TF2. You blame the bots and shit on the community when you yourself are doing shit like this. You make us look bad. Why no self-awareness? I straight up hate you for this. But again, you're not even a journalist, right? Why does someone who in a horrible attempt at comedy sexualize the game developers they hold up so highly talk for the community?
Newell sent me an email asking if I was down to go to Pound Town. And after I had praised him for his glorious feat, I was ready for a GB foot job right now.
Why can't Tyler talk for the community when he himself is shown to constantly tease source projects that are never come to completion or are just fucking dog water? How can Tyler talk about stopping sexism in the community when he himself defends a game mod who's being developed by a fucking pedophile with disgusting scenes with one underage slave girl? Why let Tyler ever speak for the community or even have a credible role in it? Because Tyler thought it would be a good idea to use 4chan questions against the developer of the Fallout mod that were obviously bait or Nazi jokes and continue to make on one of the most unprofessional interviews I've ever fucking seen.
Any of these comments.
I would request that you
I'll
stop
fix
looking
it,
at
yes.
any of these comments. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, no.
The interview is so bad, I refuse to listen to it again. And I don't want to touch it, I don't want to download it, I don't want to listen to it. It's hell. And Tyler shows this extreme lack of professionalism here. He also accused TK Mantis in the stream of a Discord raid, which was obviously fucking false, and wouldn't even clear the air unless he was given money to say it on stream like a coward.
Email, greetings. I'm watching the interview at the moment. I think that despite all the backlash, the devs do not deserve being harassed in their own Discord, which they were just forced to lock down after it was raided by fans of TK Mantis through his Discord. Parentheses. They even sent invite links and are now in the VC there, and parentheses. 4chan is also in on this too. The Frontier is a hot topic on their board. Their actions are harassment and against Discord's terms of service. Can you at least make this known? Thank you for keeping us informed. Some of the raiders from TK's Discord are linked above, and they have been very vulgar, racist, and harassed the devs for no reason or have even played the mod. TK Mantis with the 5 quote, I had nothing to do with any raids on any Discords. It is against my server rules. I have no reason to be blamed for that. Okay, TK, that's fine.
This guy clearly just woke up, clearly is kind of figuring out what's going on. Most of his team is literally abandoning ship. His mod is hidden and has been taken down and all this other shit, and you know, parade him in front of people who are just looking for blood for the most part, and pretty much let him sit there and get abused for 2.5 hours or however long that stream went. It was about that much. I came into the stream because it was relevant. Tyler also wouldn't speak to me unless I was donating to him. I think I donated almost $50 in total just to get my word out there, because the emails that I was sending to him, he wouldn't reply to and he wouldn't read on stream, even though he was reading his entire inbox.
Why let Tyler speak for the community when Creator.Tf, a community-led mod, is a direct result of attempting and failing to lead? Tyler is the same guy to say, let the community handle it, let us have mod support. Look what happened, Tyler. The community you bash and apologize for is literally your average comment section that you had to apologize on stream. Alright, now we're heading to the conclusion. I had more I wanted to add, but this video is already past 13 minutes and I don't want to make the viewer wait any longer. Thank you for watching. Do not send any harassment or hate toward either one of us. If you do have criticism of either, you can put down the comments down below. That was not meant to promote harassment of an individual, is more to strip away the credibility. I'm not trying to cancel him or do anything like throw him on the bridge. This is more me upset within recent times of his actions. This video is actually in the making for a really long time, and this was a very actual more of a positive warning toward him. After his whole stunt on Twitter and the video about TF2, this video became a lot more negative and a lot more toward taking part his credibility. I hope you had a good time. Sorry if I was very negative, and have a good day. See ya. Also, link to the sources are down in the description below. See ya.